Welcome back to the Public Policy Center's Research in Brief video series. I'm Nami Surendranath, a media intern at the center, and I'm here today with Carrie Schuettpelz with an Education in Brief episode. Thanks for joining me, Carrie. So tell us a little bit about your role at the Public Policy Center.
So I work on a couple of different initiatives through the Public Policy Center. One of those is teaching a class that we call Explore Iowa. And it's really a first year experience class aimed at getting students exposed to everything that exists here on campus, whether it be different majors or different programs or activities or clubs, or even just the sorts of events that are going on around Iowa City. Our hope is that by engaging with students sort of when they first come into the university, we can better support them through some of the new initiatives that we're working on, like Iowa Rise, where we're trying to engage students on a whole host of activities, including research and internships and mentoring and that sort of thing. And so getting them kind of engaged in what we do, the hope is that we can sort of build off of that. So I spent a lot of time thinking about how we can engage students at the undergrad level, and what sort of support they need, whether it be additional classes or programs that we can build to help them with that journey.
How would you describe, the format of the class and the purpose that it's meant to serve for the students that enroll?
So the class is part discussion, part lecture. And during lectures, we really try and bring in a whole array of folks from different fields. And so each week we bring in a professor, a practitioner, and a student who can each speak to their unique position within the field. So one week we may have, a professor who teaches in Carver College of Medicine. We may have a doctor who actually works in an emergency room, and then a student who studies to become a doctor. So someone who's on the pre-medicine track. And so the idea is giving students sort of different angles with which to think about majors and fields of study. What makes our program kind of unique is that the discussion sections are taught by fellow undergrads. And so each week our students meet in a very small discussion section with a fellow undergrad peer mentor, who guides them through the activities of the day and whatever it is that we're talking about. And I think that helps make the class a little bit more accessible to our students. Sometimes I think especially first year students feel intimidated to come talk to a professor or don't understand how to use office hours, or, there's a number of barriers. And so having a fellow undergrad, we find can be really helpful. We also try to make our discussion sections really small to build community, because part of what we're also trying to do is get people to make friendships and relationships, inside the classroom. And so students meet twice a week, and then they do a series of events throughout the semester where they have to attend an event that somehow connects to what we're talking about in class, and then reflect on that event in a post. So in addition to learning about different fields and ideas in the classroom, they're exploring the city and the community and the campus. They're going to food festivals and diversity fairs and book readings. And so trying to understand the landscape of what exists.
And lastly, what motivates you and why is this line of work important to you?
I think that students are often really pressured to decide who they are and what they want to be pretty early. And often my experience is that my students who change their major or suddenly decide they don't want to be doing the thing that they thought they wanted to do, to them it can feel like a failure. And so what I like to see happen is that students feel free to explore. And so even if they thought they were going to become a doctor and they end up becoming an artist, that doesn't feel like a failure to them. I think that really instilling the idea that that's actually success, striving towards what you really are passionate about and what you want to do. And so part of the reason why I like doing this work and teaching this class is that you can sort of see the students understand that it's okay to take a journey in college. It's okay to not know exactly what you want to do and take a couple classes that just sound cool, even if they have nothing to do with your major. And so really motivating students to explore what's out there and all of the different fields that they could get involved in, I think is a really awesome experience.
Thanks for watching this episode of Teaching in Brief. I'm Nami Surendranath with the Public Policy Center. See you next time.